I'm Oskar Nygren and this is Imperfect Action. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to shine your light by claiming your inner power. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notification bell, because I intend to make a video each day for those who want to raise their vibration and share their gift with the world. So let's get into today's topic. Today, this is somewhat of a confession for me. And I feel how I was really angry this morning. Or not angry, but really determined. And what this has to do with, and the story of my life, has basically been never showing up, being passive, not claiming whom I want or who I want to be. I've grown up in Sweden, and Sweden is a quite safe country. We haven't had many. We didn't participate in the world wars, for instance. And we've had peace here for a long time. But that peace in itself might have been an outer peace, but it has far from been an inner peace. And I notice that I'm very influenced by my way of being. In Sweden we have something that's called Yante, Logan, which means you shouldn't think that you are something, right? It is there to diminish your very power. And it has been the story of my life. But it hasn't not only been my story. You know, most people, or most men, I would say, in this country and in the western region of Europe, and perhaps a little bit in the US as well, we have this innate feeling of not being strong or being passive, being kind and loving and supporting, and that's good in itself. But the thing is that when it comes to sharing our gift and going out and claiming life, that demands for us to step out of that supporting way, because the supporting can almost become, you support someone to death, and you support because you want to please someone. I was an avid people pleaser and was brought up that way through my society and through my parents who didn't know anything else. And I figured it out this morning when I started to think about this. The reason why we have controllers, supporters, analysts, and promoters that are just ways of expression as us in our inner being, right? And the true expression, or the best one, would be a balance between all of them, because then means that you have access to that. So I started to ask myself, because if I've been a supporter, I'm daring, I don't dare to stand up and show myself, right? Because then I would be too controlling. Right? I had something against control. Control is nothing that I like. And this is actually collective. There is a reason why there are just a few people on this world, right? They say that the 1% is controlling the 99%, right? Controlling, right? Claiming the resources. Why? Well, we can talk about conspiracy theories and all of these things. That's possible, right? But That's just how things have been. And the reason why is because we have willingly, all the supporters, all those who've been afraid to shine their light, have willingly done so because we have collectively agreed that it was necessary. What do I mean by that? Well, think about where we've come from. Not long ago, there were world wars, you know. Men went out into battle. Millions died. Millions of people's homes were wrecked, destroyed, because of the need to conquer, right? The toxic masculinity's way of torching the very world we live in because of claiming all the resources. And then, after that, a lot of men died. Women were home raising their children alone, abandoned. That's a wounding. That's an enormous wounding in the collective feminine and the collective masculine. So women collectively decided to raise men passively, right? To pacify men. So that wounding wouldn't happen again. It was better for men to be pacified rather than being super controlling and out there and torching the world, because literally we were about to blow it to pieces with the nuclear bombs. So this was an agreement for men to be raised by mothers who controlled them and pacified them to the degree that they wouldn't do that same way, because that would have risked the whole world. Hence, mothers pacified men. One generation passes by, and then it becomes the norm. Men becomes passive. Don't go out in the war. We don't go out on the battlefield. But that is the same thing as us not showing up for the world. That is the same thing of not going out and claiming the partner of that we want to have. And this is in an energetic way, you know. It has to do with the energetic polarity within us. The feminine versus the masculine, the yin and the yang. So we agreed that, supporting is better than controlling. But we can pacify ourselves to death as well. A woman can nurture a man so much that he forgets how to be a man. And then that's what we're starting to see now with polarity play, polarity games. Women who feels that there are no men in the world. Well, it was collectively decided that way. And for men to feel the hurt of not being able to claim their masculinity, of going up, being there, forceful, but rather being shut down every time that happens, right? An enormous pressure to show up there for oneself. And that was what I was feeling this morning. That was what I was thinking about. You know, doing committed, consistent, imperfect action is my way of getting out there, of showing up, of shining my light, right? I have to claim it. No one will claim it for me. I have to reclaim the control over my life. No one else will do it, right? You have to give yourself permission to take control over your life, regardless what everyone else says. Because we've done our lesson. We're not going to torch the world again. But now, especially light workers, especially those who feel empty or fearful inside, those who know that they have something intuitive to share with the world, we have to move into that controlling faction. We have to claim that. And that's the only way we can move into our worth, right? Because we're never going to lose our way of supporting people. We know that that is what we're going to do. But we have to support ourselves by give ourselves permission to claim our value. Because the truth is that every person on this earth is equal. Not in the way they do things, but in the way they are. Right? Your worth is equal to everyone else. But no one can make you claim it other than yourself. And you have to claim it by just standing there, being vulnerable, but freaking own the shit out of it. You know? That's what we have to do. And then we have to, then we're gonna polarize people. But it's okay. You know? It's way better that we do that than what we did in the past, right? Torching the world. So toxic masculinity torches the world, but toxic femininity pacifies it. There will be no action whatsoever. Everyone would sit on the mountain and meditate and nothing would happen. We are here. This is life. It is moving around us. It is active. We're a play between the poles. And for you to claim the control over your life, you must become okay with the people who are in control. Right? We can't point a finger at it's bad. It's rather, it's actually just a mirror for you to say, that is the control I possess inside of me. Let's claim it. Let's become a beacon of light that no one else can say or dim, because I'm invulnerable in my way of being. Okay, guys. This was a very forceful thing that needed to come out of me. I said it for myself, but I say it for everyone else, for men and women alike. If you feel impacted by this message, please comment below. We are warriors of the light. But the war is more of a personal war. And once we claim that control, we might be able to enter play, right? Nothing becomes that serious. But we have to take the leap first. Then it's easier to play between the poles instead of being stuck in either of them. I love you. Peace, love, and joy to all of you. Bye for now.